Hello everybody and welcome back to Gas Mask Review. It's been a long fucking time. A very long time actually. Today we've actually got a surprise guest.
Boo. Well, gas mask, bro.
Nah, not this. This is our CM4. But no, we've actually got the Sage with us.
That's a cigarette to prove it.
Yep, normal cigarette this time actually. Not even a meme. So
We
today...
can't do that on these videos that go demonetised.
Well no, it is actually also a cigarette for once. This is a GP4 kit. So I'm going to briefly discuss these. These won't be as long as the old videos, especially considering I've only got 18 minutes of recording time. Thank you.
Sage's ashtray.
Right. I'm going to have to stand for this sadly because my chair is in the way. So, simple canvas satchel as per usual with the Soviet masks. This one actually has a nice little button on it. I don't know if you can see it. With an anchor on it. So that's nice. Doesn't mean shit. Simple canvas. It's nothing special. Inside it does have that little red star on it. Obviously it's not red, red in itself, but it is the red star. It's the communist star. So let's have a look firstly at what's in the bag. I am only missing one item from this, which is the anti-fogging gel, and frankly it's not needed.
I have no clue what any of that is. I won't lie.
Don't worry about it. And there's the filter. We've got the early grey filter. Tommy, don't pick it up because unlike most other filters where it's...
Is it asbestos? Can I eat it?
Yeah. Well,
can I eat it?
normal filters have asbestos at the bottom and then charcoal at the top. This one has the charcoal around the edges that comes in through the air. And the asbestos is actually in there. I could poke it with my finger. So we're going to leave it over there.
Yo,
It's
put my mask up. Yo, chuck your piss on, man. Fuck that, bro.
Yeah. So bag is simple. It's only got one little divider in the middle, and it has the bit of scrap string as a waist tie. An interesting thing to note, though, at the bottom of the filter compartment, though, are two pieces of scrap pine wood. I think it's pine wood.
Tighten this.
No, it's not pine wood. Tell you what, let me...
Yo, sneak peek. Me wearing a mask. There we go. I'm actually playing it safe. I don't trust. I don't want mesothelioma. That's the lesson of the day.
Mesothelioma. Is that safe? Is that tight? Is that...
Yeah, it's tight.
It's good enough.
It's really foggy though.
Yeah, it will be foggy because that mask isn't your size. So yeah, two pieces of wood in the bottom for reinforcement, and I do love that. It's so that it doesn't move. So, put you back in there. And now the bag is back to normal. It has a tiny little, I think it has a side pocket? No, it doesn't. There's a little loop here, made of a little shitty aluminium metal. Nothing special about it. Simple bag. It's got an adjustment buckle in it. Nothing else more you can say about it.
Pretty basic. Pretty
Yep.
4 out of 10.
Soviet bag done. So I'm going to thread the filter onto the mask for your sake, since I can see you're kind of scared.
I'm very scared.
So the filter says 27, 8, 69, and 165. The 8 being in Roman numerals here. And then GP4, a little Y, which is actually a U. So this is GP4U, which if I remember correctly is... it's not Gradinsky, what is it? It's... I'm trying to remember. Well, fuck it. It's not Gradinsky, but it's close. It's like Gradinsky Protovagas 4, and then the U, which apparently means it's the Russian word for improved that it stands for. Simple filter cap at the bottom. I'm going to take it off briefly. You can see there it's actually strung on.
Oh shit. Very small.
It's a little simple design.
How efficient were these gas masks? Like,
Quite efficient. They were simple though.
did they cause mesothelioma or not?
No, actually, everyone hates like the whole gas masks have asbestos in them. Look out! But actually, we've got no reports of people getting lung cancer from masks. However, we do have reports of people getting cancer from working with them. The factories are making masks.
That's kind of expected, though, isn't it? If you're handling asbestos.
It is.
Especially during that time, I'm guessing. When
Top is coming off, Tommy.
What it was. Pardon?
Top is coming off.
I think I'm going to brave it. Has the asbestos been disturbed?
No. Also, the asbestos content is quite minimal, but this is what we call a coffee can filter, so it is quite something. A little note I like about the hose is that this part does spin around so you can unscrew it. Simple washer. This is 40mm GOST. You know, the normal Soviet standard. I'm pretty sure they're even still using GOST to this day. Gotta be special. What do you call this? A corrugated hose. It's covered in stockinette, which some of you might remember. While that happens, I'm just going to quickly die. I'm going to check what... Okay, I'm on 70%. I'm good for a bit. I tripped on our next special feature.
Can you
Right.
help me undo this? I'm going to braid the asbestos. Don't try and take it off with my hood up.
Thank you. There you go. CM4 off. I hope you didn't lick the inside. Right. And now onto the mask. It's... Oh no, hang on, I've still got a few things. So, corrugated stockinette covered hose, which is actually built on, unlike things like the GP5, which did replace this in the early 70s, I believe. Yeah, it was the early 70s. Probably 1971, I think, something like that. That they replaced this. Because this isn't as effective. This is actually much less effective than GP5. However, GP5 was a civilian mask.
What is the effectiveness rating for this?
Effectiveness rating is hard to actually describe. They would actually have a meter telling these things, but it means nothing to me. It's like reading the...
Well, let's go by statistics. How likely would you die wearing that? How difficult is it to get on it first?
Difficult to get on, and I will get to that in a moment. One of the reasons it got rid of. But no, for things like effectiveness, if you look at the port and down notes for, say, things like the GSR used in World War II, Mark IV, Mark V, compared to things like the CDR, the Civilian Duty Respirator C6, where it said like the C6 would replace would filter out 1/1000 of arsine, things like that. CDR was very poor. So, moving on, here's your exhale. This cover does come off, but only if it's been damaged. Mine doesn't come off as easily. It can be forced off, but I'm not gonna. It just clips back on. It's just difficult. Your exhale is in there. It's a simple design. Here you've got your fabric tape that covers the outside. I'm gonna put the filter down.
You should get a mannequin head to put these on.
I do have a mannequin head.
What?
Now, fun fact about the GP4, there was an earlier model.
Mannequin head with you.
No, I didn't bring the mannequin head with me. This is the GP4U. It's a GP4Y on it, but it's GP4U. People had to go at me for it, so I bonked on the head. There was an earlier model which had a significantly shorter hose and was actually later on green, but earlier it was grey. And there are some of these that are they're in cream. There was also a similar model that was made by Poland called the ML, and fuck that mask. This mask is cool, it's not good, and I'll get onto that soon. Your simple Soviet lenses, it is also green. I wanted to bring that up because the colour, people believe that there's a rare black one. Actually, because it's made of green rubber, when it ages, it turns fucking black.
Ew.
Yeah. So this would have been, I don't know what that is, lot 25, I forget this one. I forget the city symbol there, but that doesn't matter. If I take this down, oh no, I think that's a city symbol. Yeah. And this one was made in 1969.
Oh.
69, nice. Size 3, which is the largest. This one didn't have a size 4 or a size 0. It was size 1, 2, 3. Simple. Now, if I push the head straps all the way at the back, we will see nothing. Hotboxed nothing. That is because this mask had absolutely no anti-fogging system. You would have a smear. Essentially what you do is you'd breathe on the lens, get it all nice and fogged up, and you get this little lipstick of anti-fog gel, and you'd smear it on, and you'd breathe on it again, and you'd repeat the process until it's properly defogged. And you just leave it on your back. I don't have the defogging cream.
Can't imagine why.
No. Inside, actually, if we just have a look at the valves there for a moment, they do stick out like that. What was a hair of mine caught in there? There's your exhale valve. Nice and squishy pokey. Trying to poke it in because it will push in. And there's your intake valve. Right. Now onto the straps, which is where this mask does not shine. It's 6-point, which is nice for a Soviet thing. They normally do 5-point, which is shit. But it uses this. Now this is the upgraded version of the straps. Problem is, when you're trying to get this on, fuck's sake, oh shit. Let's say I pull from there. I pull it over, And now the head strap is at the top of that, so it's not going to sit on my head properly, it's going to sit at the crown of my skull. Okay, so I open it from there. Now it's pulling all of my hair back on my skull because now it's tied to the temples. So the only real proper way to get it on is to hold it like this and
Crap.
stretch over the back of your head and just hope to God you got it on fucking right and then yank the shit out of these. Fabric straps though these days are aging badly. Mine does in fact have a small hole in it. However, that's not a problem. As you can see, it won't actually break, but that shit can happen. And there we go. That is the GP4. That is it. Simple. Bit of history. I believe this one was military. It was used on the cover art for Stalker, I think Shadow Chernobyl. Featuring a man in a bush with a dragon off. It's a very lovely picture. So, my focus has been off the whole time. So it's been probably a bit foggy. I'll show the stampings for everyone else's sake twice.
Should we just get? Do you want me to hold the light up really close to it?
No, that'll do. Right, lovely. There's the GP4. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for watching. You got any final words?
I have no idea what gas masks are, but I learned something today.
That's good.
That mesothelioma is not as scary as I once thought.
Well, it is. It's just not scary through filters. Toodaloo.